Hey there, folks. This is Foggy speaking. Welcome to day 123 of my year of solo board gaming, which has been considered by many to be ill-advised and stupid. And we are doing sort of an impromptu, as about as impromptu as an 8-day campaign can be. We're doing an impromptu run-through of the Welcome to Moon campaign. Now, this is the introductory campaign. This is meant to introduce you to the game and the different maps that are in here. Welcome to the Moon includes 8 different scenarios, so to speak, that the cards will have different effects in fact, I haven't even really changed anything from the previous game, including my clothes, because it's literally like 10 minutes later. I had a little bit more to eat. I did some personal stuff and fed the cats. It's always fun. So I'm actually going to take this. And we're going to get started here. And as with the previous one, we need to find the Astra cards. There's A, there's B. And what we're going to do is we're going to shuffle up all the cards. And we're going to deal out 21. It says basically split them into 3 separate decks, but I think the easier thing to do is just deal out 21 cards and then shuffle those Astra cards into it and then place those on the bottom. The idea is that you're going to run through the deck twice. First with the 63 cards, so you'll have 21 turns total. And then you'll put the Astra cards back in and then run through it again for a total of 14 turns. So there's 35 turns. You have 35 turns basically at most. And I just flipped over a card as I was shuffling because I'm that good of a shuffler. I'm so wonderful. Let's go ahead and do this. The second adventure is called The Journey and includes... we'll actually get to do some stuff with the cards. In the first adventure... that's 15, 18, 21. Don't want too many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 19, 20, 21. Okay. Shuffle these up. In the first adventure, you are essentially trying to fill in levels of a rocket, and you're using the actions solely as an indication of what levels you can fill in. I did have some issue. I ran into some issues with the rules. I think because it wasn't very clear, and I haven't looked it up yet. But it felt like it was trying to imply that a single rocket action on it cannot fill up more than one row, and I don't know if that's true or not. It was a little difficult to parse from the instructions that were given, and I'm not going to look at the cards themselves. Because I don't want, if it's a Alexa card on the bottom, Astra card on the bottom, on the top, I mean, I don't want to look at it. So we'll do our deck here. These were the Go mission cards for Adventure 1, so we won't need these. Take these aside. There is a different set of mission cards for each one. And there is a different Astra scoring card for each one as well. And because we won the last one, we're actually up to... Alexei, who is level 2, he's a little bit more difficult, gets an advance of 2 on robot and water. So fun. Okay. 141, but I'm going to explain the rules in a little bit. Let's do the chapter thing. Leaving Earth was easy. The journey to the moon will be quite another story. Our trajectory has been calculated for weeks by experts. We must closely follow the coordinates and adapt to the slightest mishap. We must not miss anything, either resources in our space stations or the mixing of tanks. Everything must be perfect for humankind and the human alliance. As your captain, my duty is to determine our priority. We must reach the space station. That's the important thing. Or we must respect our trajectory and the protocol. So I think we have to reach the space station. I think beyond that, it's kind of just, who cares? So we're going to take a look at chapter 133. It's useless to come to the moon without the plants from our space stations. Here are your mission orders. I don't think that's what I selected. 141. We must reach the space stations, 133. And then 138 was we must respect our trajectory and the protocol. Oh, that's right, because the space stations are what have the plants. Okay, so never mind. Yeah, we're going to need resources. Set up to play Adventure 2 with the mission cards 70, 72, and 74. So 70 is this one. 72 is this one. And 74 is this one. We'll explain what those missions are in just a moment. One thing to remember about the Astra cards is that the first time you pass through them, they will have an Astra effect, but you won't have to worry about losing the mission. When you cycle through the deck, the next time that you run into the Astra cards, that's when you flip the mission over and you can no longer get the higher points. All right, so play the game, and then we'll come back here once we know more. So we're going to do 133. It's still 422. Technically, when you're watching this, I think it'll be May 3rd. So something to keep in mind. All right, and with that, let's get underway. Let me explain a little bit about how the game is set up, and we're going to explain the mission things first. Essentially, you are trying to get from here to here, and this is one long continuous chain, which is obviously impossible to really do as one long continuous chain of increasing numbers, because you can only go from 0 to 17, and that'll get you to about here. Fortunately, every energy that you play allows you to basically divide this into smaller zones. So you can actually split it up, I think a total of 6 times, so that you have smaller zones to work with. And when you get to the end of the zone, you restart and you can start doing lower numbers. That's what the energy action is for. The water action is much like the pools. If you fill in, from Welcome To, if you fill in a spot and there's a water tank, you can use the water action to circle the water tank, and at the end of it, you'll basically score as many points as you've circled. With the robots, you circle robots as they go to the stations. They have to be in, I think, the same zone that you're writing in, and eventually you will get to circle one of these multipliers. If you're the first to circle, you get the larger multiplier, and if you're the second to circle, you get the smaller. But you do have to complete the robots to get any sort of bonus off these. Finally, the plants. Every time you have a plant item, as long as you are in the same zone as the plant where you're writing in the number, you can circle one of the plant items, and you'll essentially get to multiply. Like this number 4 here, for example, comes out here. If you've managed to get all the way here first and you've circled all of them, you'll get 40 points for that. And so each of these can be worth quite a bit of money, quite a bit of points. I'm saying, not money. Then finally, you'll get points for the longest completed zone, and so on. And then system errors generate fun things there. You can also use every 2 astronauts give you a wild card action, and then every 2 plannings also give you a wild card action. Kind of like there's nothing else really that you can do with it. And I think that's pretty much it. The missions themselves, I think, should be fairly self-explanatory with this one. Number 2, the first one, the A mission, is just simply circle 3 plant stations. So once you circle 3 of these, you'll get that mission. For this one, you have to complete 2 chains of 6, and for this one, you have to circle 6 water tanks. So that's pretty much it. I'm going to keep this open just in case I have any questions. You can circle plants, by the way, as if you've not actually done all the robots. But if you haven't done all the robots, then by the end of the game, you're not going to get any points. And then finally, I think the energy and the number are independent. Like, you don't have to worry about the number being anywhere related to where the energy is going. So that's something to keep in mind. Oh, shoot. I can't believe I just did that. All right. That's brilliant. That's brilliant. Basically, after preparing the deck, I picked it up and shuffled the whole thing. That was really, really stupid. And that was like grade A stupid right there. That's upside down. Let's try this again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. That was so stupid. I mean, that was like boneheadedly stupid. You guys are just waiting for me to start. It's been 9 minutes. I haven't even started playing yet. And you're like, whoa, come on, man. Come on, I got a game to get to. I got to start cooking. I got to start making some food. What you making tonight? Yeah, that sounds good. That sounds good. I like that. I like to cook too. Yeah. Well, chicken and pasta, stuff like that. Nothing healthy. I don't really like healthy food. Yeah. right there. Yeah, kale sucks. All right, let's go ahead and put that on. Steal out 3 cards, and with Astra as usual. I forgot to read the Astra portion of this, or make sure I was actually familiar with the Astra portion. There's no effect. There's no Astra effect for C. You don't have to worry about C for the first part of the game. In the second part of the game, for the A and B though, I think A and B. Choose a space station with the highest multiplier still available on the sheet and cross it off immediately. From now on, I will only be able to get the smaller one. So 10 goes first, then 9. And those are suddenly no longer available. But if I've already got 10, then it will go for 9. If I've already got 10 and 9, it'll go for 8 and so on. That's of the higher, I think, of the 2. I think that's pretty much it. I'm not sure what this stuff is down here. I think that just has to do with the chains here, whether or not I get how I do as far as points there goes. And I have no idea what this is. Yeah, not a clue. All right, we'll figure it out as we go. We'll worry about that when we cross it. I need a marker here. Okay, so first of all, we've got 7, 8, and 7. We've got plants, we got water, we got robots. So it looks like we could do a 7 and just circle the water, just get that out of the way. Kind of like the idea of just doing a 7 out in the middle here, just unprotected. The robot would also be kind of helpful to get going. I don't think for the robot. Has to be in a zone. Yeah, no matter where I've written down the number. So I can write a 7 anywhere and I can circle a robot anywhere. I guess since this one is 4, that's probably going to be hardest to get. This one's just 2. I can get that one pretty quick. I think I'm going to go for this one. This one has a total of 27 points available. This is 32. But I feel like it's going to be easier for me to get that than that. So we're going to circle this robot, again, because it doesn't really matter. And we're going to just write in I guess, 8 here. We'll do that a little bit away from where the water is. And we'll give it plants. Probably not the best thing to do because plants are worth 3 points to it as opposed to 2. And unlike the other one, we don't have anything that we're crossing off, so we don't have to worry about that. So 11, 14, and 15, we got energy. And I think at this point we do want some energy. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to do 15. We're going to circle an energy, and then we have to immediately use it. And we'll cut this off. And now we got ourselves a little section of 6, and we might actually be able to get that fairly quick. So there's 15 in energy, and we'll give it the plants. Planning, energy, and astronauts. So I feel like energy is kind of high value to it. The astronauts really high value. And I kind of want to save... I don't want to fill that in without actually having something a little bit closer to what I feel like if I go 13 here, I lose out on a water, and I don't want to do that. I think I can't do 5 energy because it's the same card, so it's got to be 13 energy if I want to use the energy. And I think I do. I think I want to use 13 energy. I'm going to aggressively go for that, and we're going to give it the planning because that's worth less. And I kind of want to avoid filling these in because I feel like that's a trap. All right, so 8 plant, 4, and 6. I'm going to go with I'm going to go with the plant and 6, and we're going to do a 6 here. And we're going to circle one of these plants since we're already starting on this one. Try to get that out of the way. I'll go with the 4. 15, 6, and 8. We got another energy, but we have also got another robot. Ribbit. I think we're going to go 6 here. We're going to go 15 so we can, or go the robot here. So we get that out of the way. And I'm going to keep these 2. Get rid of the 8. All right. 3, 9, and 11. I could just go ahead and knock that out. We haven't gotten any more waters yet, which is kind of frustrating. I do need to think about the energy because it takes 2 energy, not just 1. It takes 2. Oh, which means I couldn't have split that earlier. Crud. So I've got 1. I'm going to go ahead and use the energy here. Mark that as split, and that'll just be a screw up on my part, I guess. I think I can fix it just by doing the 6 over here. And that way it's more legit. Sorry about that. Well, since I've used energy and I've got an 11 or a 3, and I can write those anywhere, I think I'll give it the robot and I'll keep the 3. And I guess I'll go 3. I'm a little worried about doing 3 here because that feels restrictive, so I'll go 3 here. That was a mess up. And that goes there. The robot. Robot, 14, 5, and 1. I will take 1 and 5, and I will go ahead and mark that and do energy here. And then that way we're getting closer to getting another section. 4, 3, 12. I think this is a no-brainer. Even though energy is worth 3, I can do 4 here. Circle of water. Could have also done 12, actually. But then it's getting it would get the astronaut, and I don't want it to get the astronaut. 12, 5, 5. All right. Now to circle any more of these plants, I have to actually still be in the same zone. And since I've added the extra bar there, it's now this zone. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and complete... I'm going to do a 5 here. I'll do the robot and complete this. That'll allow me to get the 9 here. I think that's for the best. And it gets this. 3, 8, 6. So I think 3 and 6 is how I want to go. I want to get this circled. And then 8 is going back over to our dude here. I'm a little worried that if I give it too many plants, I won't have enough plants on the second pass. Something to think about. 7, 10, and 10. I think the bigger problem is I can't get this. I just realized I'm going to have to, because it has to be when you're filling in a zone that has that number in it, I've basically screwed myself out of being able to fill this. That was stupid. That was very stupid. I'm going to go 10, and we'll keep circling this, so at least we get maximum points there. And then which one do I want to give it? I want to give it the robot. That was so stupid. That was so short-sighted. 8, 1, 8. I think I'm going to use this for the energy, and then I can just draw an 8 anywhere. So I'll draw... I'm going to draw an 8 here and see if we can't... We're almost to the point where we can fill this in. So we'll do this. And then I'm just going to keep doing... yeah, I'm going to keep doing 6s. I think I got to be careful. I think I got to have a nice long one in the middle. 9, 10, and 12. It doesn't really matter which one of these I give it. So I'll go ahead and take the 10. We'll do a 12 here, and I've got my first complete 6. 10, 7, 9. Yeah, I think that's a no-brainer too. I think 10s and 7 here. Do I want to give it electricity or plants? Doesn't really matter. So we'll give it that. We'll circle that. We got 4 of these circled, but more importantly, we got two of our 6s completed. So that is going to give me 11 points for B. This is now complete, and we can flip it over. And then that is these 2 cards. If I were smart, I would be more aggressively going after the goals, because I think the goals are kind of easier to get. All right, so now I have to circle the largest objective here. That's no longer available. 2, 4, and 11. I'm going to do 11 here and that plant because that completes that station. We're now at the point where we're going to start getting all sorts of fun stuff. There's the A card. And that'll cross off this one. Let's draw another one there. All right, I think we've already used these, so these should be crossed off. That really kills me from that one. But the sooner we get all of that completed, the better off I'll be. So I'm just going to go ahead and actually circle that. And then I can put one of these wherever. I'm going to do a 7 here. Give it the 11. Start to get a longer run here. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this off right around here. And then just try to go for as long as I can. The C does not have any effect. 7, 10, and 6. So 10 would be nice to be able to circle. I can do 6. I can do 6 in water down here. That puts that 7 there. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to go ahead and do this just so that I can circle that and be done with it. And that gives me an 8 and an 11. And I think I'm going to go ahead and go here. Just so that that is out of the way. Also, I don't want it to get the astronauts. Water. And 2 6s. I would prefer to do the 6 and the water, but there's no place for me to really put a 6 that's still going to allow me to properly keep this in order. So I think I have to do 13 and the astronaut. I'm going to do 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I'm going to do a 13 here. And I don't want it to take the astronaut, so I'm going to go ahead and complete an astronaut. As smart as it probably would have been to do the robot instead along here and just get that completed. 5, 10, and 9. We're almost done going along here. I want to do, I think, 10 and plant. I could also do the astronaut. That would actually change this into whatever I wanted. So I could do this as a water, for example. And then use the 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, and the astronaut does allow me to actually change the number by 2. I keep forgetting that. Let me see. So this allows me to circle a wildcard action. That actually allows me to do anything I want instead of the numbered. So is there a reason for me to use... I think I need to focus on... I think I'm going to go 10 and 9. I think I'm actually just going to do a 10 here, and I'm going to circle an electricity. I think one thing that could really bite me in the butt is forgetting to have another border at the ready. Not these two. These two go back over here to get this one. These are the last 3. 4, 9, and 12. These are all plants. So I'm going to do, I think, 9 here. And I'm just going to fill in some, I'm going to circle a plant. Except that gives it the, I don't want to do that. I want to use that astronaut. Let's do 9 and circle the astronaut. And that gives me a wild card action. There we go. 9 and 12. And it's going to get the 4. So now we take the remainder of the cards. We have 14 actions left to do this. And now if we start to get A, B, and C cards, we lose our opportunity to get the higher score there. And we run the risk of getting beaten by Alexis, or Alexei. We still have to, we need 3 more robots to complete this station here. And we need 1 more water. We've got 5 circled right now, which is pretty good actually. We could get 1 more circle if we get like a water, 1 more water if we get a water in a 12, 13, 14, or 15. That'd be nice. And if we get that, we could also just use our wild card action too. The 8 and the water are going to be difficult. That's for damn sure. Okay, so let's start. We got a 3 for planning, 6 for plants, 11 for robots, and we're going to have C come up. So we're going to lose out, I think. Actually, no. I'm going to do 3 and plant, but I'm going to use the wild card action instead, so that I do 3 and the water here. And what that does is it allows me to get that 9, because that is my 6th water. I've now completed Plan B, and Alexis can suck it. Try to remember how to play the game. So that's going to go out to the side. 5, 2, and 10. All right. So I think I'm going to play the electricity now. So I can go ahead and divvy this up. I'm going to draw a line here. I don't think I'm going to be able to complete this set, but I may as well just close it out. And then I've got 2 that I can do here. Sort of starting that off. All right, 7, 9, and 9. So unfortunately I can't do 7 or 9 here, which would be nice. I could do it here and just get that. I don't think I need to divvy it up again. I don't think I need any more electricity effects. So I think I just need water effects. So I want to do this 9 and use one of these. And I think what I'm going to do is go 7 and here. So lower end water, to be honest. 11, 8, and 5. So this is going to be trickier. Starting to run out of spaces where I can actually make things happen with the plants. I guess I will use 5 and plant. And hopefully hopefully we can get this robot taken care of. This is going to be tricky. 13, 9, and 9. I will go 9. Actually, no, I don't want it to get the astronaut, so 13 and 9. Sorry, 13 and plants, I should say. We'll do it with the robot. 1, 6, 12. Really kind of starting to hurt on the water side of things. I'm going to make this a 14 and fill this in here. That gives us another robot, or another astronaut, I mean. One more and we can get a wild card, and then maybe we'll get a robot. 7, 10. There's the A. So this is now out of my hands. 15. So I could do robot and 10. I think that might be my best bet. 10 here, and we'll do a robot. I keep forgetting I have to get that other one out of the way. Robot, plant, and water. That water would be great, except I don't have a place where I can use it. Can I do a 10 somewhere? Can't really do a 10 somewhere either. So I got to do a water. I'm going to do 3. 3 water. Starting to run out of possibilities, and I've already gone through the Alexa cards. 8, 6, water. I needed an 8 and a water, so there we go. That'll give Alexi that. Oh, I did still have B. 15, 7, and 5. Got another robot. I'm going to try to use that, but I need to put a 5 in somewhere. I can put the 5 in there and circle that robot. So I'll use those. Still need to get one more robot. 4, 10, and 8. So this is looking a little garbagey. Think I'm going to have to pass on one of the waters. I can fill this in here. I can either do 10 and add 1 and just fill that spot in, or I could do 4 here and circle one of these planters. I'm going to do 9. And that's going to allow me to get an astronaut, and then I can change that. I will give him the water. 1, 3, 6. We are really running out of cards, and we're going to start losing points here. I think what I can do is just draw in an X somewhere. I'm going to go ahead and use these two. I don't think it really matters which two I use, which is worse, electricity or water. Water's better to give back to it. We'll use these two. And I'm going to use this as an astronaut effect to lower this to 4. I am worried I'm not going to get this last robot because I really need this robot to get that second ship. There's the... Damn it. I have to use the robot. Sorry, the astronaut. And I have to adjust that 9 to an 11 so that is complete. And fortunately, that actually gives me a string of 8 complete, but that means that I don't get that robot. And this is the last of it. 13, 8, and 6. So I can go 13. Circle that. And give it an astronaut, which is not good. All right, so that is the game. I failed to get that plant. I got a 0, 27, 0, and 0. That's not good. I got 0 on that up there, so that's 20. For waters, I did okay. For waters, I did 4, 9, 16, 24, 32, 39, 45, 50, 54, 58. Longest, I think the scoring on this is longest string. Score 1 point per numbered space for the longest complete zone. All numbered spaces on your trajectory, so that's 8. Let's see. The one who filled in the most zones on their course earns 10, 20 points. And then for Astra, I think you have to go by the number of sets of 2 energy cards given to Astra. So we have to figure out the number of cards given to Astra first. So let's do this. Robot, water, water, plant, planning, water, astronaut, ugh. Energy, robot, robot, energy, energy, plant, robot, plant, So I think one thing I forgot on this is that the planning, I think, allows you to draw in an X in addition to the numbers that you've drawn in. Like, it's not an X instead of, it's an X in addition to. And I think that might have helped me play a little bit smarter on this. So let's go ahead and count up robots first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I got 10 for 20. I'll be stunned if I win. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Energy for 21. Now, it has 3 sets of zones, and I have 4 completed zones, so I do win on that one. It does not, however, score points for the second place, which is kind of nice. Yeah, it doesn't say anything about Astra receiving any additional points, so I'm going to assume that assumes it gets nothing. Plants are next. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's going to be 10 and 30. Kind of like a sharper tipped Sharpie for this. I feel like this is not a good Sharpie for this endeavor, and I need to start getting ready for work. 6. We've got 2 astronauts for 8. And planning, I did a pretty good job of keeping cards away. That was only 4. I still don't understand what this is. I think this is for every bonus or something like that. Whenever you circle the highest, which was just once, we circled 2 of these. But then I'm not sure what this multiplier is down here. Let's see where Alexei was. 41, 71, 77, 85, 97. So 97, 102. And then I really do not understand this thing right there. For me, I had 47, 105, 113, 123, and I didn't have to use any system things. So I'm a little... Again, I'm not sure what this is. If this is meant to be the number of circle things there, I definitely did not lose. And I also think that if it's the number of not circled ones, I still did not lose because I managed to win by 21 points. So, yay me! I think I won. Cool. Awesome. Folks, thank you so much for joining me. I got to run, and I will see you all tomorrow. Ciao, everybody.